some sermon nuggets and learn something from animals, I can just do that. I mean, she don't want to do. I mean, that ain't her cup of tea. Now, when you talk about attitudes, values, and assumptions, ABA, I just said that who you are and your attitude, your value, assumption, you can't make people have the same values that you have. All right? So if she don't want to watch National Geographic, it's okay. It ain't the end of the world. Agree or disagree? All right, y'all saying that now, but you'll be amazed at that stuff I hear people.
But Pastor,
yes.
Don't you think over the years, your values, they evolve, they change?
Oh yeah, your values change. But I mean, I'm 40 years old. I'm going through something. I want 2 earrings and a nose ring. Like I'm really going through. I'm serious. Y'all laughing, but I'm very serious because I have had to be, since I was 12 years old. I have had to be so serious, and I have had to be this church person, and I'm kind of over it. I mean, I've been this person since I was 12 years old. I had to always be the responsible person. I had to always be the person that you know, be mature. Hell, I'm tired of that. I ain't been doing that. I'm just telling you where I am. I mean, some people have midlife crisis, and I don't know what I'm having that for. I'm serious. I want 2 earrings.
You think they're gonna change it?
No, it ain't gonna change me.
But you just want another look.
But it gonna make people look at me different.
Okay.
I done cut my hair back off because I'm finna get ready to evolve to something. All right. All right. So I do agree, D, that your values do change over time. Case in point. All right. Okay, it's tax time. All right, right now. Let's talk about something real. Somebody calling us on the phone? They done pushed the phone up there or something?
They had to.
Oh, I ain't know them work.
Yeah, they work. All of them work.
All right. What was I finna say? Okay, so it's tax time. All right. So, I hope this don't offend. Well, it might offend, but I mean, like you say, D, your bag is changing over time. All right. So I was having a conversation today with one of my colleagues, and we were talking about taxes, and we were talking about, you know, if what we made on paper we could just bring home. All right. And so we were talking about, you know, the amount of taxes that we have paid in state and federal probably equal, you know, what somebody makes on a part-time job. Roughly $10,000 to $15,000 a year. That's what we pay in federal tax. And so both of us were kind of complaining until I said, now you do realize, you know, that we could be on EBT. Yeah. But we could have EBT. With nothing wrong with EBT. Folks that get EBT, God bless you. But then we both agreed that, you know, over time, if you're doing all right, you don't look for a big return. If you get some, you happy. I'm just gonna tell you, if I get $500, I'm ecstatic because I owe. Because I don't claim 9 folk during the year like some people do, and people don't understand how taxes work. Either you're going to get your money in your check or you're going to wait till the end of the year. You can't have it both ways. This is all there to it. All right, so when we talk about values, so it used to be a time that I would be around here looking for 4 children to claim. That was a value that I had. Y'all, why y'all trying to act all deep? Y'all trying to act like y'all ain't never claim. I'm talking about before you start having children, you always had some cousin in your family that had more than 2 children that would let you claim children for about 1,000. Y'all trying to.
No, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Why all these black folks looking like I'm talking brick? Yeah, until they change that thing up and start checking for real. And then they want the school stuff, and we had to back off then. But back in the day, okay, that's the fact. Because we were trying to get some. Well, the older that you get, your values kind of change. Because you look at it now, okay, now that I'm 40, I'm almost a semi-stockbroker. I'm trying to put back everything I can because working in hospitals has desensitized me, sensitized me to life. And I'm looking at people that's 65 years old, stricken with cancer, and the doctor that gave them up. They done worked all their life up to 62, and now they 65. To me, I don't think that's enough time. So now my value is I'm Iran, I'm Ralston, I'm traditionally, I'm fidelity, everything, every piece I can, I'm putting it back. Because I ain't finna wait till I get 62 to get my money. If I get my IRA at 55 and a half, at 55 and a half, I'm drawing down. Y'all do what y'all want to do. All right? So my values have changed. Now, 20 years ago, was I even remotely thinking about that? And to be quite honest, when I first started working at UPS, I never knew I didn't have a clue what a retirement was. They just asked me, did I want to put something in there? And I said, yeah. They were like about $20. I said, okay, that ain't that, all right, whatever. I just started putting it in there every week. Well, 13 some odd years later, I get a statement after I have separated from the company, and I'm like, that's what this. These coins, these little $20, $100 a month, they added up. I'm like, okay, then that's how, okay. So my values have changed. So what I'm telling you tonight is, just because your values are not somebody else's value doesn't mean that you diminish your value. Your values, your attitudes, your assumptions about everything is what you believe. We are only products of our childhood. All right? And so good, better, indifferent. How you grew up, you just grew up that way. It don't mean it's bad. It don't mean it's good. Now, what the problem comes in there is when folk act like everybody should have grew up like them. That's the attitude that you have. But everybody didn't grow up like you. Everybody didn't have to make up their bed when they got out of bed like me. Some people didn't have to wash the dishes before they went to bed. They washed them the next morning. All right? But your attitude and your value, because of how you grew up, your attitude, your value, your ABAs says that if your mama said you're going to wash the dishes before you go to bed, that's what you did. So that became your value. All right? And so what happens is we get in trouble because people who mess with their phone again? Somebody. All right. Find out. All right. So we get in trouble when we try to subject people to think like us. You get in trouble. And so why I want to deal with, why I'm closing with intuition, I'm going to go over to, we're going to deal with spiritual gifts in a minute. When you talk about intuition and discernment, is just because your mind thinks something don't mean it's the truth. Yeah. All right? Yeah. Now, the problem that most people have, let's just take what's going on now. All right. I mean, I'm on social media, but I ain't on social media. So they were asking me today at work about, the video, all right? The video from down here, not the other video, the cemetery video. These people don't look like us. So they done heard about this. So I was like, I don't know. What do you think about it? I said, I don't know. I hadn't seen the video. I don't have a desire to see the video. I don't know. They were like, you don't know? Like, no, I don't know. Well, I mean, why you don't know? Don't you stay in Tuscaloosa? Yes. I do stay in Tuscaloosa, but everything that happened in Tuscaloosa don't concern me. I mean, did you hear about it? Did you see it? No, I hadn't seen the video. I do not want to see the video. I don't really care. Did anybody get killed? No. I mean, all right. Now, a few years ago, that might have been my cup of tea. I'm going somewhere. Yeah. D just talked about values changing. The problem with the saints is when you don't change. Is that when you still are into that, because I keep telling you, whatever the video is, and I know the young lady deceased, That's still somebody's child.
Yeah.
That's still somebody's mama. That's somebody's daddy. That's somebody's auntie. That's somebody's cousin. And how would you feel if somebody was sharing your family stuff? See, people don't think. All we do is, we just hit the share button. All right? And so our AVAs should change over time. What we valued 10 years ago, we should still value 10 years forward. All right? Now, we all, and whether we want to address it or not, we all have allowed people to influence us in certain ways. You agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, how have people influenced you? Just very practical. Don't be deep. Just very practical. How have people influenced us? Influence our thinking, influence the way we talk, influence where we stay, influence where we drive, how we dress, how we do our hair. How have people influenced us? Hello? It's not a rhetorical question. We're still talking about ABM. Why everybody want to be natural now? Where did that come from? I'm just saying, why everybody want to be natural? Why? Influence.
Yeah.
What my girl named Alicia Keys start wearing makeup. Went natural. I keep telling folks that ain't the anointing that some folk flow in. Madam C.J. Walker invented that perm for a reason. For folk that need it. Alright? But see how people can influence. And with it, well, yeah. Alright. So that's the way somebody, what we dress. Why you ain't wearing your clothes from 1980? Some of y'all were born.
Well, the swag is the influence too, ain't it?
Huh?
The swag, as they call it.
The swag. Come on, Deacon!
What they call it? Ain't that what they call it?
I think that's what they call it.
Yeah, that's the influence. It's definitely influence.
I agree.
Yeah.
We have been influenced. Skinny leg jeans.
Yeah.
Well, the first thing is, in my mind, skinny leg jeans are for skinny people.
Right? Right? But that's what they say, skinny leg.
That's why they skinny leg.
Yeah.
They ain't for big bone folk.
Nope.
But we have been influenced. You see how influenced? Why they call skinny leg jeans if anybody can wear them? And I know they make them in everybody's size. But because they make them in everybody's size, don't mean they for everybody. Y'all crazy. All right, what else? I want me some earrings. I don't know why I got that influence.
Well, the hair, to me, the hair is the influence.
Has an influence. Yeah, has an influence. You know how much money African Americans spent on weave last year? Do y'all know how much money our folks spent on weave? $9 billion. On weave.
My granddaughter told me she spent $250 on some hair, and I like to jump on it. Wait, $250? That was for the hair. It wasn't for somebody putting it in. I'm saying, are you crazy? Because you're not going to wear it that long.
Oh, they wear that.
Man, she changed like, I don't know, come in here, you short hair, and you come in next week, your long hair, and you blonde, I said, man, please.
So, we got influence all around us. So, the question tonight is, as we get where we're going, the question tonight is, how do you hold true to your own values without being influenced by others? It's just like, some, old school Pentecostal folks. You know, they ain't wear no makeup. But now a little makeup ain't never hurt nobody. It ain't gonna hurt you. It help. Oh, Jack.
I would, yeah, it's not gonna hurt you. No.
It ain't gonna hurt. But I mean, just because that was this they value, that don't mean that it gotta be my value. All right. Just because you don't wear weed, don't knock me. Cause I wear it. That's what I want to do. You see what I'm saying? But we allow people to wrongly influence what we think our values are. If you want to put you some eyelashes on that look like butterflies, oh my God.
Man, come on, y'all, come on, now. Come on,
If that's what you want to do, go for it.
man, y'all.
I'm just, y'all know y'all to sing. Somebody, but anyway. All right, so, can I go a little further?
Go ahead.
Y'all, keep your finger on 1 Corinthians 12. We're gonna get there. We'll talk about something good. All right, so, the question is that needs to be answered is not a rhetorical question is, how do you hold true to your own values without letting somebody else influence what you, because one thing, I'm going to tell you, okay, let's just, Jehovah's Witness. I went to a Jehovah's Witness funeral the other day and I'm so confused. I'm so confused. It was so much intertwining. Like, one minute they were talking about Jesus, then they talked about something else, then they brought it back up to the watchtower, and then when we meet, I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Do you love Jesus? What you talking about? Because at once, I was just confused. So now, if I was a weak person, I'm just gonna be honest. If I was a weak person and I was attending that meeting or that service, because it was jam-packed. One of my patients, he was an elder in the Jehovah's Witness church. If I was weak in my values, then I believe that might have influenced me. Because now what they were saying, they were talking pretty good to a novice. But then, like I saw through all that. When they started singing them songs, that's what got me. Because I had never heard none of them songs. There wasn't no musician, wasn't no, but anyway. So how do you stay true to your stuff without feeling bad about how you feel about your conviction? I think that's the question that you got to answer tonight. When you talk about intuition, when you talk about discernment, you got to understand that whatever your convictions are, you hold true to them. Huh? What's that?
I think the older you get, the more it just becomes like either you accept or you don't. You don't have to, but you just go on. If that comes with age and maturity.
Y'all agree?
I think whenever we encounter truth and we have to, wrap our own viewpoints around what happens and what's a fact, it changes what we start thinking.
I'm glad you said that. You said the more, say that again, say the last part.
The more we run into facts and deal with truth, it changes our thinking.
So, if you around wrong or untruth, that's what you become. Is that what you're saying? Or it can influence you.
It can influence you.
That's good.
But every day you got people,
Yeah.
it's generation. Like, it's the way their mama did, and that's just the way they continue. That's their mama did, that's what they continue. It's okay for you to teach your child ahead of the law. Mom did.
That's true. You're right. You're right. Okay, anybody else?
Like sometimes, it's not true for everyone.
Yeah.
Like a person can see all these negative effects from like familiar actions and see how it trickles down or how it affected everyone. you know, and they'll make that change themselves and say, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to do that. I want to do something different. Because I want to actually make a difference in this generation.
But you'll be amazed at the people that say that, and they say that outwardly, and then somebody in their family say, who you think you are? Like, you ain't there. I mean, we from the project. You'll be amazed at the people that get talked down by just saying, I don't want to be there.
Yeah.
And you know, we all got them folk in our family, you know, because we want to get out the system and we don't want to live on the system no more. We want our family, we want to raise our family in a better environment. Now we all that. You think you something? No, it ain't that. I just know what we were in. It got to be something better. What you finna say, Josh?
Like, when I be at work, all the dude talking to me like, man, why you always cussing so much? Cuss around certain people, you cussing a lot. But then when you get around those people, you don't cook. There's a certain influence around. And I'm around old folks, they ain't cussing, you know.
Yeah. That's very self-aware. That's good. I mean, come on now. I mean, we deal with folk like that. If you around negative folk on your job, there's always complaining. If you ain't careful, you'll fall into that. You'll fall into it. But I ain't got time to mess up my check, so I'm on a whole nother level. Anything that gonna affect my check, get away from me. I don't even want it. Yeah, they already know. Don't come at me. They be like, jump, don't still get. I ain't gonna complain. See, you gotta understand. You cannot work with them and complain to them too and think stuff ain't gonna get better. It ain't that I don't have complaints. I just don't complain to them. All right. Anybody else?
I noticed, like based on what he was saying with his coworkers and when he stayed around certain ones.
Yeah.
My younger brother's stories, it's amazing because it happened with children too. They know what they can and can't say when they come to Grandma Maryland's house.
Yeah.
Compared to what they can say and do when they're at their other grandmother's house or their mom's house. Children know who and what they can do as well. So, because I've heard my nephew say, we can say that down here. Because it's not accepted.
Exactly.
You're kind of a product of the environment that you're in sometimes.
Right. You are. I agree. And we all must agree that sometimes it depends on what situation we're in. Some of us get out of character or lay our values down to fit in with other people. See, that's why I don't go everywhere. Because here's the thing. I mean, let me just a day in my work. Because everybody know who I am. I'm preaching all that kind of stuff. See, I could just be coming to your gathering just to say hey and stop. But when folks see me, it's this.
But it just be out of respect.
But here's the thing. I am no different than anyone in the room.
Yeah, but it's
no D. Our attitude have put preachers up here. We did that. We put preachers on here.
What I'm trying to get you to see is not you yourself, it's who you represent.
But who do you represent?
Well, yeah, I agree with you there.
We all represent the same person.
Well, yeah.
Am I representing different?
But you have a calling. I have a calling too, but what I'm saying is. but still, now you know what I'm talking about. Come on now. You know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about, but is it right?
No, it's not.
It is incorrect.
But that's the way we have been brought up to, though.
It is
to respect the preacher.
But here's the thing. Because God sees and knows your heart.
Yeah, I agree.
Ain't no use in you hiding them from me.
Yeah.
And the thing that people don't understand is, okay, we say we are followers of Christ. Watch this. And people say, if a priest walk in, you know they say, okay, did they read the story about when Jesus was at the wedding? He was in the wedding. He was there, and the wine ran out. And y'all saying, "Oh, I don't want to preach around because we're gonna be drinking." Jesus was there, and Jesus turned into the bartender.
Yeah.
Come to my house.
I'm just saying that sometimes I just want to be treated regular.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, don't treat me. I'm not. That's why I try to tell y'all, you ain't gotta call me past my name, Jeff. All the other innuendos that you grew up with, I ain't that dude, because when you call me Jeff, it reminds me that I am Jeff. And there are too many people that carry the gospel that don't know who they are anymore because they have turned into their position. And so they don't even know their own name because they always got to talk like this. God bless you, daughter. How are you? What that about? Nigga, you don't talk like that at home. You talk regular. I mean, so the whole thing is, now let me tell you this. Because I'm comfortable with my authentic self, because other people are not comfortable with their authentic self, then it makes them uncomfortable. Let me say this to you. Let me help you. Folk that got a lot of friends, I don't trust them. Because if you're a truth bearer, you got a tight circle.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
I'm talking about it's tight. Can't but 3 or 4 folk get in there. If you a person with a whole lot of friends, then I'm watching you because you got a whole lot of fans, you got a whole lot of folk that lying to you. Alright? So what happens is this. I found out that if folk can't mess over you, then they ain't gonna mess with you. I just freed about 50 y'all there. Did y'all hear what I said? If folk can't mess over you, they ain't gonna mess with you. I don't laugh when ain't nothing funny. I don't do that. I don't have the brown nose on my job. I don't fear any man. If the boss man asks me, was I right or was I wrong, I ain't gonna lie to him because he put money in my account every 2 weeks. What's up, Ray? Oh yeah, they watch. Don't. You gotta stay woke. Yeah, they watch. Because nobody has to guess where I'm coming from. If you want to know something, I'm gonna tell you. But now some folk, they mess with you because they know they can mess over you. But the question tonight is, if you got a value, if you got ABA, if you got attitude, value, and assumption, the whole thing is, okay, I'm just gonna say this. My mama, case in point. Now my mama grew up in a totally different time. She a little older than D, but around the same era. Now, I don't care how much I show my mama in the word or try to teach her about this, that, and the third, about women in ministry, she ain't gonna hear. That's her bag. She stick to it. She don't want to hear a woman say nothing about no preacher. Oh no. That's the error. And guess what I do? I don't even have them discuss. If that's your value, daughter, I take her to Joel. She be like, "It said prophesy, not preach." I said, "Okay, well, what about the Greek vernacular? Because the Greek word for prophesy is the same word for preach in the English language." I don't read in Greek. I read in English.
But that's the way she was brought up.
And I be like, okay, that's her value. And she will not allow me or nobody else to change it until the day she got. That's the value. That's the value that she was taught. That's the truth that she was taught. And she ain't going to be in on that. Nah, we ain't going to fall out about that. What we going to fall out about that for? Because, hey, whether, I don't care, well, let's neither here nor there, but I used to be that way. I was the same way because I grew up in her house with her values. But I found out that once I got grown and gone in on my own, that I could go outside of her parameters. And that's a lot of folks' problem. They scared or they are afraid to learn something or to try something different. Because they've been in this comfort. This all I know. Some people don't want to know the truth. They are comfortable with lies. Because lies make them feel better about other people and themselves. You want to know the truth about something? Ask a child under 5. Ask a child under 5. Because children come here truth bearers. We teach them how to lie.
Yeah.
We say stuff like this. You know, the child, 3, 4 years old, you walking in the mall, they see somebody big. They be like, ooh, he fat. You be like, shh, don't say that, she ain't fat. This is what we say, don't say that she ain't fat. Yes, she is. We teach you that a lot. You want to know if your breath stink? Ask a 3-year-old. I remember, I don't know how JR was. I'm pastoring in Prattville. I got a friend, his wife, we friends, and so she had on a sleeveless song, and JR was in his mama lap, and JR leaned over there and said, ooh, started playing with the fat on her arm. He said, ooh, you got arms like my grandma. I was so embarrassed. But he was so right. It was the truth, all right? So, that's what children do. Y'all know them, right? I'm telling y'all, you gotta watch them. You can't let them do it. All right, so, intuition and discernment, 2 different things. Your intuition has nothing in the world to do with your spirituality. Your intuition is just what it is, and just because somebody sweep your feet don't mean you going to jail. Just because you put your purse on the floor don't mean you ain't got no money. Just because you step on a crack, you ain't gonna break your mama back. Just because you split a pole don't mean you gonna have bad luck. Just because your hand itch don't mean you gonna have good luck. All that don't mean that. You done got up at 2 o'clock in the morning and went down because you done saw a number. Ain't nothing in the world spiritual about that. It has nothing to do with spirituality, period. All right? But your discernment has everything to do with spirituality. All right? So, hold to your values, whatever they are. Hold to your convictions, whatever they are. And if you don't know how to do that, watch the Republicans. They doing it. Everything the president, they holding to it.
Yeah.
They know he's wrong, but they still holding to it. But that's all I'm gonna say. All right. So you got 1 Corinthians 12, verse 4. Everybody got a little sheet. Let's go through this exercise real quick. Because a lot of people don't know how to get that spiritual gift, how to develop that spiritual gift. You need. All right. So this gonna sound real deep. The first one. You got it? DJ? You got a gift, but it ain't spirit. No, just screenshot it. I mean, I borrowed these. So there are 4 things that you got to do. First of all, 1 Corinthians 12, verse 4. Y'all got it? Yeah. All right. So I think we read that before. So y'all familiar with that. So we'll just hit these points and then I'm gonna be done. All right. So 4 steps to help you find your spiritual gifts. Number 1, you got to experiment. That's real deep, right? Sometimes the only way to know if God has gifted you in a certain area is you got to try it out. All right? I've known some people that tell me, pals, I be going off in the shower singing. I'm going to try to cry. And they get in the choir. And that ain't their gift. Because if the musician playing in A and you singing in Z, that ain't good for you. Then I know what some of you are thinking, well, I thought it said whosoever will let them come. That means to worship. That means whosoever will let them come into the house to worship him. Not everybody don't need to be in the choir. That ain't everybody ministry. All right? So you got to try it out. You got to figure out what it is. And just because, and I think here's what happens with people in ministry, especially, whatever our buddies do, that's what we do. Pretty much in church. A lot of folks do that. I done known people, they done sung soprano, ain't bit more no soprano because they like the folk in the soprano section. I'm just telling you what I done experienced. I done been around. All right, so you gotta try it out. You gotta try it. All right. The second thing is, you gotta examine how you feel. Your feelings are important. If you receive joy, satisfaction, and feel used by God doing a certain thing, then you might have a gift. So what is that? What is that thing that make you feel all right? I mean, you feel fulfilled, like you feel like you done really did something. Deke said he has discovered a spiritual gift he didn't know he had since he's been connected to the church, which is good. So I imagine that he feels this personal joy and this satisfaction and feel used by God when he does this certain thing. All right? And so it might be your gift. So now, some people say, well, I just come to church and get the word. I don't want to do that. All right. Well, let's look at this in entirety. I'm just a church member and I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to participate. I just get the word and I go. Then what kind of sense of connection or family do you have if you never fellowship with your brother or your sister? If all you do is come here on Sunday, you don't never talk to nobody. Or some people do this. And I watch everything just because I don't say nothing. I see some of y'all every Sunday during fellowship time go to the same few people. Don't go to nobody different. I'm talking about nobody outside of your area, nobody that you ain't ever spoken to. People go to the same. Why you do that? That's not a rhetorical question. Huh? Habit? What else? Comfort? Familiarity? What else? Yep. And move with 1 foot.
Yep.
Huh?
Well, that's true. They wait till you come to them.
What about rejection?
Yeah, some people.
You go and shake their hand, and people don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Some people don't. Some people just not that tight. That's when you use your discernment. All right. And just because the person don't get up, don't mean they ain't friendly. They could be not feeling good that day. They might have something going on personally.
A laser.
Huh?
A laser. Deep been cooking us well, that is a fact.
You're right. I agree. You're right. So there is something that you do that you feel joy, satisfaction, and feel used by God doing a certain thing. Now. I want to say this. Let me see how can I say this. Well, let's go to number 3, then I say it. So you gotta experiment, you gotta examine your feelings. Then number 3. Here's the part that we don't like to do. Evaluate your effectiveness. Every once in a while, you gotta stop and you gotta think about your effectiveness, and ask yourself 3 questions. Am I affected? Am I having a worthwhile impact on someone? And is God using me in this particular area? Those are questions that people don't, I mean, I think sometimes in ministry, especially in church, I think sometimes people do stuff because somebody got to do it. But if you tired, sit down. Well, somebody got to do it. No, somebody ain't got to do it. And sometimes, if you put it down, some folk can do better than what you do. But you got to put your feelings in check and don't have that jealous spirit. Because everybody has a season. And your season may be over for leading that particular ministry or that particular area of ministry. And just because somebody else get it and take it to the next level, you can't hate on them now. Oh, y'all saying that's right, but Negro do that every time. Ask yourself the hard question. Am I being affected? Okay. I think I'm being affected. Okay, if you ain't asking nobody but you, then what you think you gonna lie to yourself? You think you gonna tell yourself you ain't doing a good job? No, you need to talk to the folk in the ministry. I keep telling people, anytime a ministry decreases, it's not a participation problem, it's a leadership problem. And the problem with the saints is, y'all think I'm so close to God that I know everything that happens. How does the pastor know what's going on in the ministry if ain't nobody telling him? Somebody got to come back and say, hey, I don't know about this. Am I in my feelings or do this need to be going on? I mean, just like, I just don't understand how folk love to say, well, this is the direction of God, my heart. God led my heart. In ministry, and this is going to hurt some of y'all feelings, when you got a pastor, the pastor is your heart. Because that ain't how God works. God has a under shepherd to give directions to leadership. And so if the leadership, if you say, well, pastor, you know, I want to talk to you about this, and the Lord put this on my heart. Well, you come and talk to the heart, then you go. But what happens is people get out of bounds. They just start doing, oh, the Lord led me to do this. How the Lord led you to do that and you ain't talk to the pastor? I.e., we have a Bible study. I don't care. Sometimes the spirit get moving in here, but not one time have I called for a prayer line. I ain't put my hand on nobody. You know why? Because the Holy Spirit is intelligent and there is a time and a place for that. And we done prayed, and we done cried, and we done shouted, but I ain't put my hand on nobody because I ain't trying to impress nobody. I put in my notes what nobody gonna say nothing right there. I'm talking about evaluate. And here's the thing. I've been in some meetings, and these board members will tell you, like if stuff going on, I stop it right then. Oh no, we ain't doing this. No. You got to ask yourself the hard question. How do you know you're effective? You got to ask the people in the ministry. Why ain't coming? Why the folk in the ministry ain't coming no more? Why they quit coming to? It's a reason why they stop coming. And all of it ain't somebody else. Sometimes it's the leader.
Yeah.
Why y'all so quiet? But now here's the thing, all right? Let me do this. So, Josh, stand up. Dana, stand up. We can come down here. All y'all come on the front row. Derek, come down here for a minute. Cookie, come down here for a minute. Who is Usher? Bridget. All y'all slide. Y'all come down. All y'all stand up together. All right. So here's what happens. People come to this church. D. Come down here and represent. So let me tell you who we got represented. All right, here we got. We got the greeters. We got the come down here, Bree. We got the greeters. We got the usher. No, get on the other side. He the greeter. You the usher. Let me see what you can do. You the choir member. You the deacon. Let's say you a board member, and let's say you are youth. All right. So we got that. All right. So I'm a visitor, and I come to the church for the very first, and deacon is the preacher. All right. I come to the church for the very first time, and the first person that I see when I come up on the premises is the greeter. All right. Here's the member, and this is the visitor that I'm placing in the greeter's hand. Now, if the greeter nasty, from the time the person get out the car, all right, the greeter already nasty. Then they come in, he passes on to the usher. He asked the usher where to sit. She say, well, sit wherever you want to sit. Then they pass them on down to the youth ministry. Y'all got children in church? No, we used to have it. Some have them, some went on, and we ain't got it no more. We ain't got nobody to work. It's over with. All right, this youth ministry. Then you pass it down. Now the person they trying to find if it's a board member. Y'all got some. Then the board member. Well, we just had so many problems, so much going on. Listen, just sit wherever you want to sit. Board member, then drop it. Then who you with? The deacon. The deacon, well, we just trying to do the best we can. We ain't got no money. We need to, we need to pay time. All right, then the choir member. Child, we ain't sung no new songs in 5 years. This ain't all this stuff we don't know. This a new person. All right? Now, it has gone through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people before it even get to the pastor. Now, the congregation done pissed the person off 6 times. Then you want them to get in my hands, and you want me to preach them happy. When you have dropped them from the word go with your nasty attitude. What we got to understand as members is that when we don't have the right spirit or when we got burnt out, sit down. Pass it on to somebody else. Come to church and say, listen, Pastor, today I've been going through stuff. My attitude ain't right. I stayed away from y'all a whole month. An entire month. 4 weeks. And what y'all did was drop the ball. You know why y'all dropped the ball? Because y'all worried about, was I here? It wasn't about me. It was about God. And so, when you drop the ball at the beginning, by the time it gets to me, it's too late. The little 20 or 30 minutes that I can't erase 6 people dropping the person in 30 minutes. At some point, we got to take responsibility. We got to evaluate what we're doing. Thank y'all. Y'all go back to y'all see. We got to evaluate our effectiveness. Everybody want to put all the blame on the preacher. And the preacher ain't in your meetings. The preacher ain't in your group meetings. Oh yeah, I'm going there. I ain't in your secret inboxes. All this stuff happens in ministry. But then you want me to fix it. No, you got to evaluate your effectiveness. Ask yourself, what I'm doing, is it being worthwhile? Is it impacting somebody? What is it doing? My former pastorate, I tried to be hospitable. A whole lot of stuff I tried. But when folk don't want to cooperate with you, it ain't nothing spiritual about them. Folk treat you like a dog. How long you going to keep getting kicked? You ain't got to pray about that. God give you common sense. You can say that prayer for somebody that need a healing from cancer. No, God, I got this. No, I got this. I got this guy. I can take care of this. I can remove myself from the situation. You got to evaluate your effectiveness. And so if you're not being effective where you are, you need to pass the baton. And it don't diminish who you are in Christ or what you're doing. You serve well. Okay, but you can't get in your feelings if the ministry skyrocketed, because sometimes it's the leader. John Maxwell says it like this in the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. He says leadership is influence. And there are a whole lot of people that's trying to lead people. If folk don't like you, they ain't going to follow you. I tell my music stuff that if they don't like the songs, change them. And folks say, you know, you sitting out there, they sitting out there doing the mannequin challenge. Well, hell, they don't know them songs y'all singing. They weren't born until 1985. I'm just saying what I'm saying. You got to evaluate and you got to ask yourself a hard question. I keep telling people, you want to know what people say about you? Ask somebody that don't go here. Ask a stranger about the Oasis. Are they a friend of the church? Go to Walmart. Disguise yourself. Don't put on your Oasis shirt. And folk will tell you what the talk is out there. See, you want to say you the love fellowship when you got hell in here. But you scared not to take communion because you scared somebody gonna ask you, oh. Ooh, somebody jumped on me quick. Pull back. But I'm saying, I don't care who see that I don't take no juice and no cracker. My relationship with God is bigger than what you think. And I dare Negro to ask me why I ain't taking it. I might not be taking it because of you. I was in the meeting last night. I told the board. I said, man, I'm in my way in. I don't know what else to do. I'm evaluating my family. Am I being fair? What am I doing? What else I need to do? What else I need to say? I just asked them these questions last night. They were like, man, you're doing all you can do. Okay. Well, what's the issue? Do we need to change? Do we need to get a band in here and a drill team, and what we need to do? You gotta ask yourself the hard question. All right. Next thing. Number 4. Expect confirmation from the body of Christ. Other Christians should be encouraging or discouraging you with love in what you do. You know, in old church, we grew up in. The mothers, they had a way of discouraging you with love. The baby don't wear that. That's cute, but don't wear that in here. They discourage with love. You need somebody to tell you the truth. Then it says, listen to them and weigh their input against your response to 3 questions in step 3. Weigh their input against, because sometimes folks just don't like you. So you got to weigh their input against what you ask your own self. All right? Because I'm finding out that a lot of stuff is personal. You got personal issues with individuals and you bring it in here. And you use it in your ministry. And you keep them out. And you only deal with this certain group. But you going to heaven. The heaven I'm going to, it's going to be folk in there that I don't really care for. Just because I don't like it don't mean they ain't going to heaven. Or was only going to be a heaven that Jeff Thompson like the people he like, or the people that he deal with, or people talk about? No, God is love. And I think we just don't, I'm done. But I think we don't really, we say we Christian, but are we exemplifying Christ-like characteristics? No, we not. This is not a social club. This is not this caliber people, these certain elite people. The whole thing, I mean, there's a whole lot I can say about it. Whole lot I can say about it. All right. The body of Christ is designed to help its members. Find a significant person or a group of people in your life who will help you understand and confirm your gifts. As bad as some folks want to cook, some folks just can't do it. I mean, stay away from it. Spare us. We having a potluck, you buy the drinks. Bring the cups. Get the ice. I mean, that ain't everybody give. Everybody can't cook. But you can't let folks fool you into thinking that you can cook. How was it? Oh, it was all right. Nah, I'll tell these folks it was nasty. So the five components, the combination of 5 parts, and you see it right there. It's the source of the Holy Spirit, a gift of God's grace, giving for the purpose of providing service. I say, so if what you doing ain't providing service, then why you doing it? We should be serving leaders. All right? And they are energized by God for action in the believer's life, and they are given to publicly declare the work of the Holy Spirit. And I think sometimes what we got to do is, and we have to have a real conversation with ourselves and be honest with ourselves. And I've dealt with this all my life. And I finally came to grips with it, and that's why I don't dumb down my gift or gifts, plural, that I have for anybody, because I didn't ask for this. I asked for none of this. It's in my DNA, number one. I come from a talented family. I got my granddad, my grandma. My grandma was a musician. A lot of you don't know. My mama, and this gonna mess you up, Kenny. I just found out that my mama used to play for Northport AOH, a sanctified church. I said, when you did that? Oh, you know, I was in high school. Girl, I ain't know that. You Pentecostal. All right. So, but now that she say that, you know, my grandma played for our home church. All kind of stuff that I'm finding out. Now, the whole thing is, what the saints got to check themselves is, don't be jealous of somebody else's gift. If somebody got the gift for administration, they just got it. If they can put stuff together, they can just put it together. Don't hate on them. Congratulate them. Don't hate them, right? If that's what they can do, they can do it. And don't try to fake like you can do it. See, that's the problem. Folks try to fake, you got to get it. You can sing, you can hear for it, then they want to act like they BB Wine and CC. No, that ain't true. One of the reasons, I had to break this down to my former minister views, and I've said this, and told them how I feel about this, but you know, I like praise teams, and they cool and all, but the praise team don't need to be an elite group from the choir. And then the praise team don't need to be another separate glorified rehearsal. A praise team should be as such, because I know my craft, because I'm a minister music myself. A praise team is people that you can give some music to, and then you put the mic in front of their mouth, and you go to playing, and they go to singing. And you ain't got to stop and say sopranos that ain't right, altos that ain't right. No, praise teams are gifted. That's the gift that they ain't got to have a song before time. All that? No. If you gifted in that area, you gifted in that area. I've been teaching parts musically since I was 10 years old. Before I read music, notes, I could play anything by ear. That's just a gift. But I ain't gonna, why you intimidated about what I can do? Do what you can do. And a lot of people just don't understand that. They look at somebody's gift and they want to do that. Ooh, that look good. I want to do that. I want to be able to stand up and do that, do that, do that. No, do what you can do. If your gift is hospitality, hospitality. I made up that word. Do what you can do. I'm done. Do what you can do.